Good evening and welcome to this evening's public hearing. At this time, the board will open its public hearing for comments regarding the proposed FY 2026 operating budget. Prior to your comments, a short overview will be provided. The board considers this an opportunity to listen to your comments and will consider your concerns in its deliberations. So if we could have our presentation. Oh, sorry about that. Let's do our Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay.
Sorry, I was moving right along. Ms. Harris, would you please do the honors?
Absolutely. Let us all stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for reminding me, team. I appreciate that.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Madam Co-Chair, members of the board, and Dr. Mitchell. Thank you for this opportunity to give a quick overview of the superintendent's fiscal year 2026 proposed operating budget. The superintendent's 5 focus areas resulted in these 8 budget drivers: academic success, student and staff supports, leadership and instruction, professional development, family and community engagement, recruitment and retention, school and building safety, technology supports, and operations and maintenance. The amount of revenue that we expect to receive from the state and locality drives what we'll be able to accomplish in our budget. This is our current revenue projection for fiscal year 26 from all sources. We are projecting an increase from $399.9 million in fiscal year 25 to $406.3 million for fiscal year 26. That is a state increase of $4 million and a city request of $2.4 million, and no appreciable changes for federal and other revenue, for a total increase of $6.4 million. This is another way to look at our revenue projection for fiscal year 2026. We are projecting to receive 67.7% from the Commonwealth of Virginia for $275.2 million. 30.9% from the city, or $125.5 million, 0.8% from federal funding, and 0.6% from other sources such as athletic events, driver's ed, and rent from their school buildings, makes up the other $5.6 million for a total of $406.3 million. This is our operating budget by cost category. 87% of our operating budget goes to salaries and benefits, for a total of $352.9 million, and the remaining $53.4 million, or 13%, is for everything else we need to run the school division. This is the superintendent's proposed fiscal year 26 operating budget by function, with instructional services being 70.6%, operations and maintenance 11.5%, transportation 6.8%, technology 4.4%, and the remaining functions totaling 6.7%, for a total of $406.3 million. We continue to monitor and manage our staff salaries to ensure we attract and retain the best staff. For fiscal year 2026, the superintendent's proposed operating budget allocates funding for a 3% salary increase for contracted employees, continue to maintain our teacher salary scales, increase associate teacher and teacher starting pay in line with the 3% increase, and maintain competitive salaries for our support staff, and provide sign-on bonuses for our high-need licensed positions. Aligning the operating budget with the superintendent's 5 focus areas, this slide highlights some of the significant priorities. $270.2 million will support academics. $8.5 million will support our safety initiatives. $90.5 million will support our focus on accountability. $1.3 million will support our communication enhancement efforts. And $35.9 million will support culture and climate. This is an overview of the superintendent's proposed staffing plan for fiscal year 2026. Instructional staff, to include teachers and instructional assistant position, total 2,154.5 FTE, or 55.9% 6.4% of our total full-time positions, with 12% of our staffing is transportation, and this includes bus drivers. 12% includes professionals such as nurses, school counselors, media specialists, psychologists, and technology staffing and support. And then 5% of our staffing is administrators, and another 11% is custodial, maintenance, and security, for a total of 3,895.5 full-time equivalents. Health insurance costs per member continue to grow. For fiscal year 26, we are expecting an increase of $2.4 million increased cost to the plan. This spending plan recommends the school board cover $2 million and the employee group cover $400,000. This translates to an increase in premiums between $5 and $7.64 a month for individuals, and $22.28 to $30.70 per month for family plans. To summarize, we are projecting an increase of $6.4 million in new revenue. As you can see here, we have increases in expenditures of $18.9 million, which includes our salary increase, support staff market adjustments, sign-on bonuses, an increase in our healthcare cost, increase in New Horizons, fuel, utilities, operation and maintenance of our schools and facilities, and a decrease of $12.5 million, which includes a reduction of 12.7 teaching positions, asking our employees to share in the cost of health insurance, decrease in city pension liability and our VRS debt service, a decrease in contract services, online software, materials, and supplies. And recognizing also non-reoccurring costs and projections of savings for turnover and attrition. So our total increases were $18.9 million in expenditures, minus 12.5 decrease in expenditures equals the $6.4 million in new revenue to provide a balanced budget. So tonight is our public hearing, and our next steps, we will, at the school board meeting on March 18th, we will ask the school board for approval of the superintendent's proposed operating budget for fiscal year 2026.
Thank you very much. So do I have any additional cards at this time?
No.
Okay. Christine Parker Colon? Colon.
Thank you. All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Christine Parker Colon, and I'm a representative for NNEA. The Virginia State budget provides a lump sum one-time bonus to all school divisions equal to $1,000 for each state-supported standards of quality, SOQ, instructional, and support position. This is the only state-provided bonus for school employees in this budget and must be paid out this school year. Divisions have full flexibility to give it to any of their employees in the amount that they choose. But with that being said, while the funds will be distributed to each division based on its number of SOQ-funded positions, the funds are not restricted to SOQ-funded employees, meaning school divisions may distribute them to any employee at any amount. The SOQ funding formula is based on minimum education standards, and many divisions employ more instructional and support staff than are funded by the SOQ. If additional funds are available locally, push for school boards, if the additional funds are local available, please ensure that all school employees receive the full $1,000 amount. If the division is unable to meet the full $1,000 amount this year, please budget for the difference for the next school year to make employees whole. We also ask that the school board publicly explain how they plan to distribute the funds. We request a written report or official statement on the distribution process and criteria. Thank you for your time, and I hope everyone has a good evening.
Thank you. Mary Voss.
Hello, Mary Voss, NNPS teacher, parent, and graduate, and proud secretary of the Newport News Education Association. Hello, Dr. Mitchell, Chair Searleslaw, Vice Chair Dr. Best, and members of the board. The Virginia House and Senate passed a budget that includes a line item for matching funds for a recommended $1,000 bonus for state employees, which includes, of course, teachers and school staff. Governor Youngkin has until March 24th to either sign this line item, veto it, or let it pass without a signature. While it's possible that Youngkin will veto a $1,000 bonus for state employees, it's also very possible that he'll let it stand. If that's the case, VEA and NNEA are advocating for NNPS to match funds and provide the $1,000 bonus to all categories of employees, from custodians to bus drivers to cafeteria staff to instructional assistants to teachers and other licensed staff and all the positions in between. We're all in this together to help NNPS run successfully, and all of us deserve a $1,000 bonus. For many support staff, a 3% raise, while certainly better than a less than 3% raise, does not go very far. I spoke with bus drivers for whom a 3% raise means 75 cents or less per hour. That's why it's important that all categories of employees have access to this bonus if it passes the governor's desk. During the NNPS budget presentation, we learned that the school board's share of increased health insurance premiums have increased dramatically in recent years, up $14 million in just 5 years. So first of all, a big thank you to the school board for shouldering much of the health insurance increases in recent years. However, it is still hard on employees when a sizable chunk of our 3% raise is eaten up by increased insurance costs. So please consider any additional relief that the school board might possibly be able to offer on the rising healthcare costs front. Again, the increasing cost of health insurance is especially hard on school staff, who are likely to have a larger portion of their raise canceled out by rising health insurance costs. Once again, this underscores the importance of giving the potential $1,000 bonus to all categories of NNPS employees. Finally, the biggest comment I hear about the budget from employees, other than that they'd like a bigger raise, is that they wish more money would be put toward retention bonuses rather than signing bonuses in order to show appreciation for the hardworking staff and teachers who are already here working in the trenches often have been here working in the trenches for many years. Thank you very much for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Okay, so one more time, do we have any additional cards? Okay, thank you. Board members, I'll give you an opportunity to comment if you choose. I know this is our honored time to hear from the public. So I will see if anyone has any comments at this time. Okay. Seeing as that there are no additional business for this meeting is adjourned.